Hey kids, this is Aaron from the podcast that wouldn't die, and Kevin and I use Zencastr. You think you're better than us, that you're using something else? You're wrong. Zencastr's the place to be. Who are you to deny it?
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code DIEHARD and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same experiences we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time for you to share your story.
Only a fool will give up a chance for a 30% discount.
One wish, Willow. You only get one wish. I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
I love you so much.
Welcome to the latest episode of the podcast that wouldn't die. I'm your host, Kevin. With me, as always, is Aaron.
How do?
This week, we're discussing the new horror classic, Obsession, starring some new fresh face actors whose name I do not know, although Andy Richter's in this for some reason, ever so briefly, if you're paying attention.
I was clearly not paying attention.
Do you know who Andy Richter is?
Andy Richter is on the Conan show, right?
He was Conan's Ed McMahon.
Yes.
But he's if that doesn't mean anything to you, he's the guy who sits on the couch and talks to the host of those talk shows. Do they still have those? I don't think they have them anymore, do they?
Oh my God. I think Trump had all the networks fire everybody.
Could be. But I mean, Jimmy Fallon doesn't have like a dude who sits on the couch, I'm imagining, right?
Yeah. I'm not really sure why they had it back in the old days. I feel like Johnny Carson could care. I mean, I enjoyed the banter, but I'm not sure if it was forced. And what was the Larry Sanders show? They had a fake Ed McMahon too.
They did. They had oh my God, what's his name? The dude from Arrested Development, Jeffrey Tambor, who has
since been canceled.
Who has since been canceled. He was well, that was the thing. Johnny Carson had Ed McMahon. Yeah. Now, David Letterman didn't have an Ed McMahon. He just talked to Paul Schaefer, his band leader. And I think that's kind of the thing now. It's like now they talk to their band leader.
They don't need three people because Johnny would talk to Doc Severinsen,
correct,
who was the band leader back in the day.
Yeah. From the Tonight, before Jimmy Fallon, there were other hosts of the show.
There was hosts before Johnny Carson.
There was.
Like when I was a child, it was Johnny. If I could stay up late, usually like on a Friday night, I caught Johnny, and it was amusing.
It was amusing.
Sometimes they would have people I knew.
Aaron,
wacky things would happen.
You used to watch the Tonight Show with Steve Allen. That's how far back you go.
Now you sound like one of my students. What was World War II like? Do you remember the Civil War?
When they invented the train. How did that affect commerce? Anyway.
Miss. Yeah. Whenever I hear the miss, I know I'm in trouble.
My buddy Chad listens to the show from time to time.
Chad Bianco?
Could be. And he talked about how I made a reference to Mr. French and Family Affair. And he was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And this is a guy my age. That tells you that Family Affair and Mr. French, that's even before our time. So there you go. Good times. I'm happy to make references.
People, because people have complained about my obscure references that I just laugh to myself.
Right.
I said, would you prefer that I assume you know everything that I know? Or would you like me to assume that you don't know anything and now I become the explainer? If you don't know, tap me.
Tap-tap-a-roo.
Well, because I do work with a lot of dumb people, and it's not just pop culture references. Sometimes I have problems talking to people about geography and what languages world people speak.
Yeah.
So do you want me to assume that you're a dum-dum? I can do that. or let me talk to you like you're a learned adult. Your
I think
call.
I think there's something to be said for the fact that pop culture, there's some culture that just extended for decades and decades. I Love Lucy. I think people today probably still vaguely have some knowledge of what I Love Lucy is. But there were a lot of shows that from that, contemporaries of that show that have long since faded into obscurity. And if I mentioned Make
For
Room for
sure.
Daddy, people would have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, for
And
example.
quite frankly, I have heard of that. I've never watched it. There were
See,
a
that's
lot
what
of
I mean.
shows that, I mean, I know who's in it. You know what I mean?
Who's in it?
Because it goes back to Gen X didn't have cable.
Yes.
So you had to watch what was on, which was a bunch of reruns from the 50s.
100%.
It's the only reason I know a bunch of bullshit from the 50s is because what am I going to do? Go outside and play? No, I'm going to watch TV, even if it's something, even if it's fucking Wagon Train. Because
Big
God
Valley.
forbid I should go outside. It's hot.
Oh, 100%. Well, and you also have to remember is that the shows you remember, most of them were reruns. Like Scooby-Doo,
Right.
Where Are You? The only reason I know that is from reruns. I didn't see
Yeah.
that. Okay? The Brady Bunch even. I was not watching Brady Bunch in prime time. That was reruns.
God, I don't even know. I feel like I watched that in the afternoon. So it might have been reruns when I saw it.
Gilligan's Island, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah, reruns.
Those are reruns. Okay? Reruns don't exist anymore. Right? It's like you said.
Well, contemporary programs, they rerun.
Well, it's different though.
I mean, you turn on fucking Big Bang Theory, that's a rerun. Even though it's
Right.
on 7 days a week on the same channel, it's not a live record, not a live recording, but it's not a current show.
But the people who
That's
are
a
watching, right, watching reruns, because there are shows in syndication like Seinfeld and Friends.
Yes.
It's, you
I
turn
mean,
on
we would call that a
TBS,
rerun.
100%.
Yeah.
But kids today are not watching TBS at 11 a.m.
TV Land.
on a
Remember,
Tuesday.
TV Land used to show old shit.
100%. 100%. But this is not, we're going to talk about
Too
this for
many
20
options.
minutes. Too many options. Now you watch a show.
Back in the day, if you wanted to watch Wizard of Oz, it usually came around Easter, and that was your only chance to watch it, or you had to wait another year.
Correct. That is correct. Before they invented technology has come and gone multiple times.
Yeah.
VHS, you pop the tape in to record your favorite show. Then ever so briefly,
Yeah.
there was something called TiVo. That was around
Yeah.
for about 5 seconds. And then it was all just integrated into everybody's cable boxes, but people don't have cable boxes anymore. So now it's all on demand. So good times.
Well, I still have a cable box.
Well, you're the one. You're the
I
one.
spend hundreds and hundreds. I have 10,000 streaming services.
Yes.
I got a fucking cable box that doesn't work in my living room because now they want to charge me $300 to figure out why. Whereas before that was just part of customer service.
100%.
I'm like, you rat bastards.
So here's the thing. The only reason I mention any of this stuff is that there were shows that were, the reruns lasted for decades. And there were shows who were on for 5 years and then disappeared forever. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of the way it was back in the day. So that is neither here nor
Well,
there.
now, I mean, older movies. There are movies we have tried to look for. Can't go to the video store. That are not available anywhere. They're not streaming anywhere. And you're like, what?
Right. Because there were movies that were created before video stores, if you want to go behind. Before you could literally just rent a movie. So before that, people thought, I've made this movie. It's in theaters for 4 months or whatever it is. And when it's gone, it's gone. Unless it's like ABC Sunday Night at the Movies or something.
ABC Sunday Night. A very after-school special.
Right. After most movies, they thought were just going to disappear into obscurity. Right. Now,
right.
things are starting to come back. And there are companies like Vinegar Syndrome, for example, who are basically going out finding these obscure movies and re-releasing them on
Good.
Blu-ray or on streaming. So that's kind of fun.
Are they going to
That's
do
a
that
TV.
with the movie? Because if I
Yes.
recall, we had to watch a bootleg recording off of someone's TV of a jacked up VHS tape. And that was the only version of that was available.
It was on YouTube. It was somebody uploaded it like a VHS scan.
Like they were playing a VHS,
Mhm.
and the camera was on the TV, and it was effed up. And we've had to watch
100%.
more than one movie that way.
The
And
Legacy.
that was a classic.
The Legacy was another one.
Classic.
Yeah.
Another classic. I think we had to watch one Argento thing, like
Well, and that's
one of the Mothers series or something.
What's good about YouTube is that generally speaking, if you go on, because I like to use this app whose name just jumped out of my brain. It's called
Just Watch.
Just Watch. Thank you. Go on Just Watch. It will tell you where to watch something, where to find these movies. And sometimes it's like not streaming anywhere. If it says that, dollars will get you donuts, that if you go to YouTube, it is on YouTube, complete and uncut. Probably not in the best state, but good enough to watch for our show. So such is
good
life.
enough. And Just Watch is not always correct.
No, it's not. It gives you kind of a general idea, though, because, rights change and blah, blah, blah. But, Aaron, we've been talking about this for 10 minutes. Give us your 30-second synopsis of Obsession, for God's sakes.
To me, Obsession is another version of the monkey paw. Don't make a wish. Don't mess with the dark arts. Make a wish. People, it's either like all things. It's money or it's sex. So, you wish someone to fall in love with you. Now imagine how that could all go terribly wrong. If you recall The Simpsons, Homer, with a 20-minute explanation to the monkey paw, still could not get a perfect turkey sandwich. He's like, and I don't want it to be a zombie turkey, and nobody's gonna die, and I don't want this, and I don't want that. He gets the sandwich, he takes a bite. Marge asks how it is. He's like, it's a little dry. Then he's like, it's a little dry, damn you! With your best intentions, it'll always go wrong. And that's what happened here. Don't wish. Oh my God. I mean, it's such an interesting idea. I'm surprised it hasn't been done before. Although this One Wish Willie and my son and I watched it, and we went online. I'm like, what is this thing? Because I've never heard of it. And then we found the fake website for the movie with all the people writing in. It was beautiful. It reminded me of like a fun Blair Witch, because this movie was a roller coaster, but it was upsetting. But don't make that wish. Don't make that wish.
I mean, I saw this in the theater a couple months ago with Luca, and we were like, there's a couple horror movies that are out. We're going to bang them out, bang, bang. We saw Obsession on Monday, and we saw Backrooms on Tuesday. And I have to say, Obsession might be the best new horror movie that I've seen in a while. How about that?
It's really very good. It's really very good. It reminds me a little bit of Get Out, with this idea that she's floating right below the surface there, aware of everything that's going on, but with no control.
Totally. I mean, and that's the thing about this movie. So you saw it at home on streaming. I saw it in a packed theater.
Peacock now.
I saw it at a packed theater on a Monday after it had been out for a couple weeks. So that that was a movie going experience. If you can go, if this is still in theaters near you, I would try to see it in the theater, bring a bunch of friends. I think this is a movie to see in that scenario, because it was something. It was
Dude,
something.
I wish I saw it at the theater, but sometimes it's just easy to sit on your couch. But I agree with you. I love going to the movies.
Right.
It's just most of the time I look, and it's children's movies, and I could give a
Fair. So we had both obviously only seen this once. You know, it only came out a few months ago. I remember when the commercials were coming out, it's a scene where he's sitting in the car calling the number, talking to customer service for One Wish Willow, which is creepy in the commercial, but it's actually kind of funny. It's creepy and funny when he actually does it in the movie. So you want to cancel the wish? No, I don't want to cancel the wish. Is it possible to, like, you know, I don't know, edit the wish? Can I revise the wish? Oh, so you want to revise the wish? Yeah. No, we don't do that either. It's like, then what are
so
you
you want to
for?
put in a cancellation request? Yes. Oh no, we don't do that.
that was hilarious. That was good stuff. Why don't we jump right in?
That was the director.
That was the director's voice, was the customer service number. Famously, this movie was made for $750,000 and literally has broken all sorts of records for the amount of money spent versus how much money it's made over the weeks. It's just blown up. Ain't no lie.
But let's be clear, everyone involved was like, okay, now give us some money.
That is a minor scandal, because it was made with so little money that people had multiple jobs. Like, I'm the costume designer and the makeup artist, and I'm doing these things, and I'm getting paid a nickel. So now that, I guess from what I've heard, the producers of the movie have since gone back, since there was a little kerfuffle, to kick them some cash. So, which I think that's fair. I think that's a fair thing.
I think it's fair. Now, for Bloodhouse 3, when you all work me into that, I'm just going to ask not for payment, but for a piece of the action.
Points. Yes, 100%. I'll defer for all the big money rolling in later.
Dude, it's like buying a lottery ticket. What the heck?
So give us your highlights, Aaron. What do you got?
I have to say that, of course, there's a lot of information out about this movie on the Ticker Talker and such. And, you know, the main character, a lot of hate out there for his character. Mm-hmm. So I was predisposed to dislike him. And I think that's founded. It's absolutely, he does nothing. He's kind of a nothing. They try to spin it like, oh, he's the good guy. Just because you're not actively raping people doesn't make you a good guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, but he is raping people.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, the initial concept, you know, the guy who everybody calls, but then he never takes his chances. And then in the end, he basically enslaves her and is raping her.
100%.
And he never, even if you believe that this has nothing to do with the wish, why aren't you getting help? Because there's some part of him that likes this.
We just want to lose it, right?
He doesn't want to lose it. Why wouldn't you be putting her in the hospital?
100%.
How come when she smashed her face up, they never made it inside the emergency room?
I didn't understand that. There is that moment.
I didn't understand that either.
She whacks herself in the head, and she's like a big old wound on her head. And they do a scene, kind of a montage, middle of party, where he drives her to the emergency room, and then we can't hear what's being said. So it may be a case of he gets her there and she refuses to go, And if you're
No,
18, you
50,
say
5150. 5150. This person is a danger to themselves.
100%.
Having some kind of mental break if that's what you believe.
100%. 100%. Let's go back. He is a pretty typical loser, right? You've seen him, his type in reality and in movies for 100 years, where it's just kind of
Right.
the simpering kind of friend zone guy who's been in love with
Because
the girl.
he's going nowhere.
Right.
He has a dead-end job.
Correct.
He's living in his great-grandparents' 1940s house filled with their antiques.
Correct.
I was way over-focused on the scenery in everybody's houses.
Right.
I mean, it was like a museum till like 1945.
So these are college age kids. This is not high school.
Right.
But he's been in love with this girl, his coworker, for however long, and can never get the courage to do anything. And what I always say about these situations is that girls will let you know if they're interested. And if they're not interested, you kind of got to move on. Right? If you're kind of like laying behind the scenes, like, oh, please notice me. And they're kind of giving you the, whatever you say, buddy. I mean, you got to move on. So he's a typical kind of friend zoned loser, from the
And
jump.
girls talkers. They're used to being on the phone talking to people. So just because, and they remember dates and things. And just because I don't want to sleep with you doesn't mean I necessarily hate you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're work friends. So girls talk. I'm going to hang up with this one. Now I'm going to go call this one.
100%. And just because somebody's nice to you,
they're waving you in. If they're not inviting you in the house, they're not waving you in.
100%. Girl, just guys have to learn the lesson of, if somebody's nice to you, it doesn't mean they like you. Okay?
Exactly.
It's called common courtesy.
You strike up a conversation at a party with someone, the next thing you know, you can't shake their ass. You're like, I think I'm going to go now.
Ass.
Help! Yes.
Well,
you can't be like nice. This is a big thing. If you're nice, 9 times out of 10, now this person is your shadow for the rest of the evening.
So you're just talking just a party etiquette. If you're at a party, don't be nice to people, is your advice.
I am still nice, but I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Well,
bars, parties.
This is the reality. If a girl's interested in
I'm
you,
a chit chatter.
Well, but you will ask questions about the other person. You will show interest in their background, their life. If you're not interested, you're not going to ask those questions. Point blank. You can be as nice as can be, but if you don't really care about the person, you're not asking questions about their personal life. So there you go. Good advice. Anywho,
good advice.
What makes this even worse is that there is another girl who's cute, who he works with, who is clearly interested in him, which he is totally oblivious to.
It doesn't matter because he's fixated elsewhere. You know how it is. Come on, Kevin.
That's
it
the
doesn't
titular
matter.
obsession.
When you're fixated on someone else, when you're fixated on someone else, you don't see what's around you.
100%. So he is, I'm trying to remember, he's trying to buy her some like knickknack or keychain or some bullshit for the girl that he's in love with. A necklace. There it is. And while he
dropped her crystal necklace down the drain, so he went to the Witchy Poo store to get her another one.
And while he's there, he finds a display for the One Wish Willows, which seemed just like some kind of BS, hokum, novelty thing, essentially.
Yeah.
But when he's buying it, the chick's like, hey, we got a lot of complaints about these. So watch out. Be careful with your wish. I mean, I do like how they're just very casual about one wish willows. Yes, they work, but look out. We get a lot of complaints.
It's like Willy Wonka. No, wait, stop. Don't do that.
Police, murder. Yeah, it's a whole
Police murder.
It's a thing. Because this isn't like Pumpkinhead where he had to swim out into a swamp, little island, and dig some grave or some bullshit. It's
Dig
literally
up the pumpkin.
it was just a little cardboard box with a little stick in it. And you cast your wish and you break it. Do you think she was ever really interested in him before he breaks the willow, before he makes the wish?
I do, but only because at the last minute before he makes the wish, she's like, "Do you like me?"
If there's something you
She's
want to tell
not
me,
gonna ask
now's
that
the
question.
time.
Yeah, now's the time. So that was his opening because she's not going to put that out there otherwise. Because you don't ask the question you don't want the answer to.
I agree. 100%.
So there was something there. There was, even though she was bone danning the guy who reminded me of someone. I was asking Willie. I'm not going to remember, but the actor totally reminds me of somebody else. But there was his opportunity, and he didn't take it because he's a loser.
Because he's a loser. Because you're 100% right. She set it up. And because you're right, you're not asking that question.
She put it out. All he had to do was pick it up. And he couldn't do it.
Because he was. Yeah,
he doesn't deserve. If you can't get yourself straight enough to just pick it up, then you don't deserve her. You don't deserve her.
100%. 100%. Now, later it's revealed that she had kind of an on-again, off-again sexual relationship with his buddy, who at the beginning of the movie is giving him horrible advice about how to win the girls, like about nagging her.
He's sabotaging.
100% sabotage. Just because he's a dick.
Yeah.
That guy is such a dick. Yes. It's like...
He is. He's the worst.
Your loser buddy.
He is the worst.
100%. 100%. So, when he basically chickens out from admitting his feelings.
But he's confident. That's the big thing. Confidence in men buys a lot.
It makes a difference.
Buys a lot.
100%.
If you at least put it out there, you have a better odd than being the guy who can't do anything. Learn people.
Well, just people in general would prefer a confident person to associate with than some kind of simpering wimp sitting there going, oh, I don't know.
That's awful.
I sound like a horrible friend, but there have been friendships where I'm just like, you know what? If every time we talk, it's about how miserable your life is, I think I'm going to dip out. I don't think I don't need to talk to you.
Because everybody has their own fucking traumas,
100%.
but we can't just talk about you. You're like, then they become just like these psychic vampires, which I think is what this dude is.
He is. 100%.
They're just feeding off your goodness.
Right. So you're absolutely right. It's like we all have bad times and we all need to lean on our friend from time to time. But if all you offer me are bad times, I'm out.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. So when he basically wimps out and doesn't admit his feelings, she's walking up. So he pulls out the one wish willow and he wishes, I wish that so-and-so loves me more than anyone else in the world, which is already a horrible wish. That is the worst wish in the world. That's horrible. What were you thinking? What you should have said is, I wish I was more handsome and more confident. How about that?
Oh, my Lord, my Lord.
So, yeah. And now she is totally flipped on a dime, but now you could tell she's unstable. She's crazy. Right. Like, pretty quickly. It's like, oh, so I don't want to be alone tonight. because, there's been a death in the family. She starts making up bullshit.
She literally flipped the switch.
Yeah.
It is all the manipulation.
Yes.
It is like you've seen it, you've heard it, maybe you've done it yourself to close this fucking deal.
100%.
Fast talking, I can't be alone, I can't drive, to get him inside. It was desperate.
It was desperation. It was crazy. And he kind of sees that the shit's not 100% right. Because now that she's coming after him, he's kind of like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Initially he's like, I'm not so sure about this. Now, granted, it doesn't stop him from knocking the boots when the situation presents itself. Even when she's like screaming and like jumping off the bed and hiding in the corner and all sorts of crazy shit.
Now, I think the first night they didn't do it.
Okay. You may be right.
I think the first night they didn't do it because he was like, there's something wrong. I think they just snuggle buggle. But then when she came back with, oh yeah, I was on Molly, sorry. And then just proceeded to just act as up as usual. Well, she's basically just repeating whatever the douche from work told her to say to make it good.
Right. 100%. Now, there are parts of this movie that kind of didn't make sense to me, if I'm being honest. Like the cat stuff. How she kills the cat and then tries to feed him the cat. It was... shit didn't...
He killed the cat. The cat was dead. The cat got into his medication because he left it out. He's got tons and tons of undisclosed medication. Correct. So that was his fault. He buried it. What she did was dig it up and created some kind of up altar and then proceeded to thinly slice it and serve it to him.
What the was that? That made absolutely no sense. Just to kind of make her even crazier. To make her even crazier. It was a great moment where they're playing Spin the Bottle. And it was like, it wasn't Spin the Bottle. What was it? It was some kind of party game where you had.
It was like Jenga with clues. I've never seen such bullshit in my life.
Right. It was kind of party Jenga, is what it was, where you pull out the block and it tells you to do some shit. And the way she acted, I have to say, this girl who was in this movie was the star of the show. Star of the show.
She was chewing it up. She needs to get about half of whatever they made because this wouldn't have worked without her.
Oh, no question.
The wimpy guy, nobody. Really, the stars of the show are her and kind of the asshole guy. Everybody else could have been replaced, but yeah, she was the star.
She was so good because you have to be able to kind of switch emotions on a dime. You have to be like kind of.
And then she's doing British accents and reading strange poetry, and oh my god, she was on fire. Yeah,
she was so
good. Things are in her future.
And then when she sleeps, the real one kind of peeks out and says, "Kill me, kill me."
She's asleep right now. That was crazy.
It was crazy. When he calls the One Wish Willow customer service line and he says, do you want to talk to her? She's right here. And in the background, you hear just screaming on the phone. Like she's in hell, essentially.
I mean, he is awful. Even at that point, he doesn't call to cancel. He calls for a modification.
He's
awful.
He is a bad dude. No question. Yes. He's a bad dude. Because eventually they say, you can't, because you only get one wish, you can't wish.
Right.
So because of that, maybe get somebody else to wish, get rid of this wish, or the wish lasts as long as you are alive.
Right. That never occurs to him.
No, not till later. Basically, it's like you think that there's nothing that can't be undone. Although obviously he's a rapist because he knows she's not in her right mind. And he's still like, well, while I'm here.
Nah.
Right, exactly.
Nah.
but it turns. And you know it's coming to a head. Whenever the other chick is getting a little too close, you know this is not going to end well.
No. I'm like, how do you think you're sneaking out of that house?
That was insane.
She's coming over. That scenario was bizarro world.
Right.
You wouldn't talk to this little fucker at work the next day after seeing all the shit that went down? No, that's crazy.
No. Well, because the other coworkers are very much like, something's wrong with her. What is going on with her? Why is she acting this way? Something's strange.
I mean, even the asshole accuses him of taking advantage of her.
Yes. 100%. Because you got to remember, they all had more of the story than Loser Guy did. Bear. Right? They all knew from their perspective that she really wasn't into him. Right? That, in fact, we discover, is that she was having sex with the other guy.
I mean, really, if you break it down, she called him on his birthday.
Yeah.
Called him when what family member died. We don't really get this. We only get like this much information. How much are they talking? We don't really know. Are they just talking at work? It's just like a little work click group, you know?
Right.
She's not coming over to his house. He's not going to her house.
Because you're right. It's like no one's getting invited in, right? So that's right. The thing. So the fact that now she's suddenly all over him is an immediate red flag for everybody. Everybody's like, what the is going on here? You know, we're worried.
She has told everyone they're friend zoning. So that thing about, if you like me, you need to tell me now.
Right.
Does seem a little out of the blue.
It does.
But that was before the wish.
Yeah. It does. Well, that's the thing. If that moment where she doesn't ask him point blank, do you like me? If that moment doesn't occur, all the evidence we get later tells us that she was not attracted to him in that way. Everything else tells us that. But that one moment kind of gives us a moment's pause. Maybe she did kind of have a little something, right? Maybe she was, is she supposed to be like, well, I like this one guy who won't ever ask me out and is weird around me all the time. But the confident guy is like giving me attention every now and again. Is she supposed to be celibate on the off chance that homie over here gets it together? I don't know.
And they said they were not dating. It was just like a semi-annual, or it was just a hookup every so often.
Correct. 100%. It was nothing regular. But that's the thing. That's why the friend is such an asshole. Because he knows things, right? He was having sex with her and was still kind of offering guidance on how he should woo her. Dude's a total asshole. I'm trying to envision a scenario where this person would exist in reality, right?
Why wouldn't you just say, hey, ain't gonna happen. I'm giving her the bone daddy right now. She's here right now and we laugh at you.
We laugh at you, 100%. I have to say, when the friend gets killed, that changes everything for me. Because now you're not just, no matter what, it's not going back to the way it was. No matter what, there's no fixing this.
Unless you're able to get someone to wish that you go back to the time before you buy the One Wish Willow.
Wish that I never purchased the Willow. That's all I want you to do.
Yes.
100%. And then that fixes everything. Because now there's a murder.
His friend's an asshole.
But his friend's an asshole. His friend doesn't believe it and instead wishes for $1 billion. And then suddenly, boom, the sky opens up, raining billions.
And then literally 5 minutes later, what happens?
Dead.
Say monkey paw. Monkey paw.
Monkey paw, monkey paw. Because now it's reached that point where it's like this person, oh God, there's that moment where he basically said, I want you to stay here. I'll be back later. And she stood at the door and just pissed herself and didn't move from that spot.
Just stood there.
Right. And just
Yeah.
for hours.
It just
waiting for
got
him to return.
progressively more. I mean, honestly, he came back at the end of the day, her half her clothes are ripped off. She's greasy. Like she put butter on herself and
she did.
just shit herself and pissed herself all on the rug all day, staring at, waiting for him to come back. And he was down with it.
I mean, she probably weighed 110 pounds, but she was terrifying. She was terrifying in this movie. When she's standing in the corner in the darkness and kind of creeps out, I was like, oh my God, the theater reacted violently when she did that. And
Yeah.
we're like, wow.
But I just want to sit across the room and watch you sleep.
Yes.
Ah!
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was the Babadook.
It was goddamn the Babadook. And the ending was maybe the best kind of ending. Because he's finally like, I give up. Because got to remember, if he kills himself, okay, the curse is lifted, but she still has to live with the consequences of the shit she has done for the entire movie.
Honestly, even if you, at that point, what's the point of even lifting the curse? Because you're all f***ed. You're just all f***ed. So at the very least, she's going to spend the rest of her life in prison.
100%. I will say that was a great moment because he's effectively poisoning himself in the bathroom while she's banging on the door. And then after a moment, he's like...
You hear the music.
Well, but he's going to chicken out. He's going to stick his finger down his throat and puke up all the pills. Like he's already like, oh no, I can't. I'm too much of a wimp to do this. So he starts to do it. But then she found her one wish willow and wished whatever the she wished, that he would love her forever or whatever it is.
Yes.
That was, the ending was so good. It was such a good ending.
It was so good.
So now he's...
But I was like, he threw up his pills, so why is he still overdosing?
He started to, but when he gets bewitched, he stops. He doesn't finish. So they come out and they're like with each other, like mesmerized. And then the pills get him, so he dies. And then her spell is lifted, and now she's like... Because you get the sense she has full recollection of everything that has been occurring while she's been under this spell. And credits roll. Dynamite.
Yeah. Amazing.
It was
amazing.
It was so good.
So good. God, it's been so long since we watched a really good movie. A good new movie. It's 100%. Too long.
But again, it's not that the concept was groundbreaking. Right? Like you said, the monkey's paw. We've seen this before. We've heard of this before. Somebody makes a wish and the shit goes wrong. It is the execution. The execution is the performances. It is all that shit. It is, like I said, maybe the best horror movie I've seen in the last couple of years, to say the least.
It is everything the game was lacking.
The game catching strays. Fair.
Catching strays. I have a note here. Remember the first time she freaks out when they're at the restaurant?
Yes.
And she stands up. She's like, no. Do you notice that nobody turns around?
So what does that mean?
There is literally a person sitting behind her that never turns around. I'm like, William, do you realize that no one's looking at them? You better think that if that starts happening in a restaurant, my neck is flipping just to see what the hell is going on.
Camera out
So then I started wondering, is he the only one who sees this crazy? But based on the party, that is not the case. Everybody sees the full ass crazy.
Well, remember, they didn't even want her at the party because she was too
weird. Dude, that's the worst conversation. Telling people they can't bring their girlfriend, boyfriend because you fucking hate them.
It's a sad situation. Shall we go behind the scenes?
Right.
Yeah, more.
I'm still looking at I'm still looking at some of my notes. Yeah, it's shocking because she every now and then the real her pops through. It reminded me a little bit of Malkovich. Every now and then Malkovich would pop through and be like, "No!"
Right, 100%.
Oh my god! And so all this shit he said. You can't cook the cat, okay? Okay. Oh yeah, the stuff where she tells him, "Don't kill me." Why does he help get rid of the body after he kills the girl? He still doesn't want it to end.
He's in for a penny. He's in for a pound at that stage of the game.
At that point, she's gonna get locked up, and I mean, assuming you're a sociopath, your troubles are over. But no, he still doesn't want to let go.
No, you crazy. That was definitely a moment where I'm just like, she just murdered somebody a foot away from you with a goddamn brick, which was a very traumatic scene. I'm like, bro, you got to get in there. You got to get in there. You can't just let.
He does not, as usual.
Nothing.
He does nothing.
Does nothing, except help her dispose of the body. I'm like, hell no, I'm calling the cops. But that's the thing. It's like he calls the cops on her, but he's to blame. He's the villain of this story. He's not the victim. She's the victim.
She's the victim. He's the villain. Yes. Oh my God. All right. Go behind the scenes now.
Like I said, the production was shot for under $1 million and filmed in Los Angeles over a 20-day shooting schedule. And Focus Features acquired the distribution rights for $15 million, where there was a bidding war between Focus, A24,
because it's so
Neon.
Fucking good. They should have paid more.
100%. Soon after Bear breaks the One Wish Willow, Nikki opens Bear's driver's side door and says, "I know what you're trying to do." She stands up to turn right and then left, and then turns around and laughs at herself while Bear laughs too and repeats, "What are you doing?" This is actually not in the script. She just forgotten which direction she was supposed to go to. Wah, wah. You mentioned this earlier. Director Curry Barker voiced the One Wish Willow customer service representative who speaks with Bear on the phone.
Yeah.
Which is a great scene. It was a great scene.
It's a great scene. Because I mean, for sure, we've reviewed lots of good horror movies that are just fucking heavy all the way through.
Yes.
But it's nice to have a little break for recovery before the next god-awful thing happens.
It's literally called comic relief for that reason, to break the tension.
You need your medicine. You need your medicine.
Do. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Facts.
They basically shot this all from Bear's perspective. They wanted us to kind of go along with this journey with him. And they also went with long, uninterrupted takes for as much as they could. They actually had to go back and add some shooting days to it, because by doing that, it limited their ability to kind of edit it in retrospect. This is actually the director's first feature-length film. Boom. He was doing a YouTube short before this. So.
Yeah, Willie said one of the actors is a famous YouTuber too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
The asshole.
The asshole. That makes sense. They did 2 different takes when she asks, "Do you like me?" One where she plays it like she could be interested, and one where she plays it like she's not interested. And then in editing, kind of slice it together to make it kind of confusing to the watcher,
right?
To not know.
All
right. The music store where they filmed was the Real Cassell's Music, which is in San Fernando, California, and it's the same music store that was in Wayne's World, where he does
Party On. Excellent.
100%. Let's see. The scene where Nikki appears,
I like their crazy uniforms with their names on it. You don't see stuff like that anymore. I thought that was a cool touch.
it's like it's a music store for like musical instruments and things like that. There was like 100 people working there. It was like
Yes.
it's like IKEA
Shocking.
or something. I know.
It's the place to be. 4 employees plus the owner.
During a scene where Nikki appears to be reading, the book she's holding is upside down to establish she's not really reading. She crazy. Inde Navarrete, who plays Nikki, says she prepared for her role by embracing the character's ugly and unfiltered emotions, wanting every raw human feeling to be reflected in the film.
Yeah.
Dynamite! Let's look at the cast and crew here. We talked about how the director, his name is Curry Barker. He actually also wrote it. He did a YouTube thing called Milk and Cereal, where it's cereal spelled like serial killer, and that his work on that got him Obsession, or allowed him to get an agent, and that allowed him to get his movie created. Let's see, Michael Johnston played Bear, the protagonist of this. I love that this shot of him, his like glamour shot. He's got a cool hairstyle as compared to the character in the movie who has a decidedly uncool hairstyle to establish, yes, he is a loser. You know him from Obsession in 2025. He was in something called Slash in 2016. He was in Endangered Species in 2021. And he was in 28 episodes of Teen Wolf in 2015, 2017, playing Corey Bryant. Grace used to watch Teen Wolf all the time. She was a big fan. Let's see. I'm sure I'm messing up her name. Inde Navarrete played Nikki. You know her from Obsession in 2025. She was in 47 episodes of Superman and Lois from 21 to 24, playing Sarah Cushing. So that's something.
All right.
She was in something called Wander Darkly in 2020. How about that?
Oh, she was wandering darkly here too.
For sure. Cooper Tomlinson played Ian, the asshole buddy. You know him from Obsession in 2025. He was in 2 episodes of Dutton Ranch, which is one of those Yellowstone spinoffs, playing Deputy Cecil Post. He was in Milk and Cereal in 2024. And next year, he's going to be in something called Anything But Ghosts. How about that?
All right.
I think that's all we need. Let's look at the rating, shall we? Obsession on Rotten Tomatoes currently has 94% fresh. How about that?
Fair.
You know what the audience gave it?
What? 99.
With over 10,000 viewer reviews, 94%. Bang.
Yeah.
Not bad. I would say even a little low, if I'm being honest.
Quite frankly. There's been a lot of bullshits hitting the 90s these days. This is not one of those. This is a real 90s.
I agree. Let's look at the top critics. We've got Peter Travers. He says, I've got a movie for you, a next-generation fatal attraction that turns dating into a bloody horror show, makes a star of Inde Navarrete, and announces Curry Barker as the most perversely fierce and funny voice in erotic thrillers since Brian De Palma. Boom. 3.5 out of 4.
I don't think of this. This is not an erotic thriller.
There is some sex in it, but you're right. I wouldn't describe it as erotic thriller either.
It's not Fatal Attraction. That's an erotic thriller.
Well, because when you see the sex, it's not.
It's not erotic.
No,
it's
she's
not
a prisoner.
hot.
She's a prisoner, and you can
Yes.
see on her face kind of it's not erotic. Let's look at Clarice Lowry from The Independent says Curry Barker never plays too recklessly where it really matters. Navarrete proves to be an extraordinarily agile in this department as well. 4 out of 5. I don't know what that means, but fair enough. Thank you, Clarice.
Love
Let's-
it. Love it. Where just this word soup. There you go.
If you like word soup, let's check in with our in-house.
Let's go.
critic. We've got our own in-house critic, AI Rex Reed. See what he has to say. Obsession is a glossy psychological thriller so convinced it's serving dark, seductive mystery that it ends up feeling like a perfume commercial stretched to feature length with enough overwrought twists to make a corkscrew dizzy.
You're
Not feeling
wrong,
that?
brother.
Can't
Wrong.
always be right. Who would have thought AI
Can't
would
always
get
be
some
right.
things wrong? Am I right? Aaron, what is your rating for Obsession?
Oh my God. Obsession is amazing. It is fantastic. Everyone should see it. You should see it at the theater if you can go see it. It's better with people. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. We're getting way up there, friends. Way up there.
I might even go a step further. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Boom! I'm not sure I've ever given
Doggy.
a rating quite that high.
Dude. It's almost flawless. It is creative. It takes your breath away. I mean, it's shocking. It's fantastic.
Fan-tastic. I would say drop everything and see it if you have not done so. It is genuinely
Yes, another
creepy.
lesson. Don't dabble in the dark arts, children.
Don't do it. I mean, we've seen a lot of shit, and our senses and synapses have been thoroughly fried. But this movie was genuinely creepy, and I would say it's a good time all around. So check it out.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Any last thoughts about Obsession?
No, go see it. It's fantastic.
Go
Oh,
see it.
wait a minute. I'm sorry. Take me back. One of my favorite scenes is at
Please.
the party where she's reading her disturbing poetry in the 12 different voices. That was amazing.
That was a great moment. That was
And
amazing.
everyone at the party is like,
It's like,
oh,
what the
shit.
So, thank you very much. You can find us all across social media. We're on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram. We're on TikTok. You can also watch and see our smiling faces on YouTube. Ooh la la. You can also email us the podcast that wouldn't die at Gmail.
Gmail.
We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So don't forget to like, share, rate, and review. Won't you?
Won't you please?
Aaron, what is your social media situation?
Aaron has work on Artsy and First Dibs, Aaron Doherty Instant Dreams Gallery. I run our TikTok poorly, and I am the cult of Aaron on Instagram. Join the cult.
Boom! As you know, we like.
I
to
guess
check-
I run our Instagram for the podcast too.
You do 100%. So, as you know, we like to check in with our friends and family across the social media landscape. Aaron, what are the streets saying?
I got some biz this time.
Now we're talking.
So, friends, there's some talk about a couple of things. So, as far as Warriors, Harlan says that soundtrack slaps.
Fair.
Richard Roberts, Warriors, come out and play. James, oops, I clicked the button. I can't see it. James Corey Camp, what a great movie. What else? Dirty Hands 420, can you dig it? Rich says iconic movie. Jay Borges Villarreal Esquire, awesome. Convicted 157455, hey, fired up. And then in regards to the bad seed,
Yep.
Sienna Funny Pages, Nancy the mom overreacts so hard
but it is genius, especially Rhoda and Leroy.
Fair.
Count Dorcula, the little girl, grew up to play Adriana's mother on The Sopranos. And
Oh, okay.
Count Dorcula also said, "I'll give you a basket of kisses."
For a basket of hugs.
For a
100%.
basket of hugs. Facts.
Facts.
Amazing.
100%.
Two classics.
Two bangers back to back. Next week, we're discussing the horror classic, The Mothman Prophecies, starring Richard Gere, Laura Linney, and others. You can watch it on such things as Prime Video. You can watch it on Netflix, Tubi with ads, YouTube free with ads, Shout Factory with a subscription, Fubo with a subscription.
Shout Factory.
Where
That's
people
not real.
shout at you. So check it out. Send in your favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. So,
We may.
thank you very much, and be well.
I say be well.